All right, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you're feeling incredible this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a self-esteem development guy. I love talking about mindset, et cetera, so forth. But also, we talk skill set because my number one goal here is to help you make money. I'm about to call in on this line, but it's Free Coaching Friday. You should get excited for that, baby.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and
Facts.
you're in the right place at the right time because
Yes.
we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Just hold on.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Hold up. Matter of fact,
All participants are muted and they can unmute themselves.
yeah, today you can unmute yourself because it's Free Coaching Friday. That means if you have a question about your business, there's something you've been trying to figure out, we are here to help you get that thing together today. Our whole purpose, as a matter of fact, is helping you get your business life together. So I got a question to start everything out before I start greeting everybody. I really appreciate everybody being here. Make sure you tag 3 entrepreneurs, 3 or more, but 3, we'll take 3. Make sure you tag 3 different entrepreneurs and let them know we're here. Then come back and say done. Come back and say done after you've done that. It's Free Coaching Friday, so obviously all these questions are either about your business or they're about a training that we've had at some point this week. Obviously, this week is Kaizen Academy weekend. You can see it there in my profile picture, but this weekend's Kaizen Academy is all about building your brand, making sure that you avoid rejection by building a garden instead of chasing the bees around. We know if we just plant a garden, the bees are going to come to us. But more on that in a minute. Here's my first question, kind of start off Free Coaching Friday, millionaires. What I want to know is, since our offer is better, why is it that they say no to us? Is it 1, they don't believe us? Is it 2, they're afraid of salespeople? Is it 3, we made a bad offer? Or is it 4, we kept it a secret? What do you think is the main reason that our better offer, we know it's better for them, but they still say no? Is it that they don't believe us? Is it because they're afraid of salespeople? Is it because we made a bad offer? Or is it because we kept it a secret? I'd love to know what you guys feel about that. I'd love to know what you guys feel about that. Because person after person, man, they appreciate this. And good morning, Queen. Appreciate that. Person after person, deals with these prospects who want more free time. We know they want more money, but they still don't rock with us. I'm going to tell you right now, the answer is rapport. There are 4 core skills. You should write these down in your notes. There are 4 core skills that everybody needs to have if they're a home-based business owner. I don't care if you're in the credit business or if you're doing something with weight loss or if you're just selling, washing machines down at the whatchamacallit, right? Regardless, there are 4 core skills you're going to need. You're going to need the skill of rapport. Then after that, you're going to need the ability to break the ice. Then after that, you're going to need the ability to have a close. And then you're going to need to be able to present, right? But check it out. It's all about rapport. What is rapport? Getting them to trust and believe us, right? Getting them to trust and believe us. Most of these prospects just don't believe that you care about them. That's the problem. And nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Most of them just don't believe you care. I'm going to be honest. Then the icebreaker is when we introduce our offer. That allows them to make an immediate decision, which is the close, right? They close immediately. You got me? And then that presentation we give only after they ask for it. If I was to ask somebody to put icebreaker, closing, presentation, and rapport in order, 9 times out of 10, they're going to start with the icebreaker and they're going to end with the close, right? They're going to start with the icebreaker and they're going to end with the close. And that's completely wrong. You start with rapport. From rapport takes you to icebreaker. From icebreaker is after that you close, because when you give that icebreaker, they immediately make a decision. They change the subject. That's them saying no. They say, oh well, I kind of like having bad credit. That's them saying no, it's okay. They've made a decision. We're on to the next one. They saved us time. We appreciate them for making that snap decision so quickly. So we weren't doing this long presentation, turning blue in the face, saving all of this breath that we could have used on our deathbed when they not interested right now. The timing isn't right for them. This is what I want you to understand about this rapport thing. And this answers your question, Samaya. Hey, appreciate that, Samaya. Appreciate that. This answers your question, P.O., when you were talking about automation. P.O. was like, hey, what's your opinion on using automation in our businesses and building rapport through, this is the thing. This is what our companies need us for. Our companies can't build rapport. No AI bot can build rapport for you. This is why you've got the ultimate job security, because your job is to build rapport. Somebody give it to me in the comments. Rapport is 80% of the sale. Rapport is 80% of the sale. Rapport is 80% of the sale. Somebody give me that in the comments so I'm sure you're catching it. Rapport is 80% of the sale. Go tell 3 entrepreneurs you know to be here right now. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. And so many more entrepreneurs than have to are going to go out of business. They're going to end up quitting because no one has taught them how entrepreneurship really works, y'all. Rapport is 80% of the sale. Rapport is 80% of the sale. You should screenshot this. Thank you, Samaya. Rapport is 80% of the sale. Thank you, P.O. P.O., please go tell 3 entrepreneurs we're here. Rapport is 80% of the sale. Thank you, Pastor Dandridge. Please tell 3 entrepreneurs we're here. Check it out, Alan. Rapport is 80% of the sale. That's exactly right. I need you to get that into your head. Nobody cares how much you know about their problem until they know how much you care about their problem. It is all about you being interested, not spending all your time trying to be interesting. Rapport is 80% of the sale, Andrea. You know, but most of your salesmen out here, most of your entrepreneurs out here, they don't want training to get better. You know, even the ones that you reach out to, Hakeem, they're gonna be like, man, check it out. I'm straight. I need leads. You know, all that Hazik be talking about, all that mindset stuff, all that skill set stuff, blah blah. I need leads. They want pre-sold, pre-qualified, right? Same thinking, anxious to buy leads that all they got to do is read a brochure to them, right? They don't want to do the hard work of building rapport. But this is why most people will be broke. This is what they want somebody's gonna beg, please, can I watch your video? That's why you're gonna be broke. That's why this ain't gonna work for you. Please watch my video comes after rapport. It comes after the icebreaker. It comes after the close, and then check it out, y'all. Please watch my videos, the presentation part. After they ask for the presentation, after they ask for the video, after they say, yeah, how would that work? You know, everybody knows my favorite icebreaker is when you use permission plus benefits. I'm sorry, benefits plus permission. That's my favorite icebreaker. Benefits plus permission. So if I'm talking to the Uber driver and we kick it for a while, I build rapport. You know, I got a vibe going with him or her, and then I bring it out. I say, hey, you know, a buddy of mine drives Uber, and they're making like an extra $1,000 a month without having to destroy their car. You want to know how they did it? So I gave them the benefit, and then I asked permission. At the point they say, how are they doing that? They may say it nonchalant like that, like, how are they doing that? Boom, they just asked me for a video. They basically said, please let me see your video. They basically said, please put me on. Tell me, give me your best presentation. You get that? They asked for it. We closed them before the presentation. Is that making sense? And what's cold about that icebreaker is that after I built rapport and I pulled that icebreaker out, which is benefits plus permission. Can somebody type that in the comments for me? Benefits plus permission. Benefits plus permission. If you don't mind, I'd like you to imagine for a minute that this icebreaker, after I built rapport, is also a close. Because after I asked permission, I just closed them. And they're either going to say, yeah, tell me more, or they're going to change the subject or some other way of them telling me no, but still being able to save face. Appreciate that, y'all. Benefits plus permission. This is big. Thank you, Vanessa. Vanessa just shared it with a few entrepreneurs. Hey, if you came here because of Vanessa, she love you. You know what I'm saying? She got your back. Appreciate that, Samaya. Benefits plus permission. So that's what I wanted everybody to be clear. This is why buying leads ain't the vibe. A lot of times what you'll notice is that you'll buy leads and they're skeptical. They don't know you. They're not the best quality, et cetera, so forth. This is why cold leads don't work because there's no rapport. So question number 3 that somebody wrote in, and if you guys are wondering where I'm getting these questions from, it's all people responding to the newsletter. If you haven't joined the newsletter yet, then make sure that you go to millionaireminded.com, put your name and your email in a box. It says something like it'll send you the free affirmations or it'll send you the revenue acceleration stuff. But also what it's going to do is add you to the newsletter. So please take it serious. Go to millionaireminded.com. I'm also answering questions from here inside the comments. But I want you to know that a lot of times the questions are coming from people responding to the newsletter that we send out every single Friday. Yeah, so Cindy's like, how would you introduce your clients to other businesses you have if you know they need it, but not seeming pushy, like you sell everything? What's the approach? Well, Cindy, you know what? We'll get to that in just a second. That's a great question. Somebody else actually wrote in a question exactly like that. So I'm gonna cover that in a minute. Yeah, exactly, Andrea. After the rapport, after the icebreaker, after that close, then comes the presentation. Okay, Tulsa, Oklahoma in the house. Yeah, what's up? All right, that's it. That's exactly right. All right, so what then are the questions that we should cover during onboarding? I thought this was a really good question. You're bringing somebody new on. You've got everything your company has you do, right? The company is going to, keep you focused on the particular nuances that you need to have. But there are some questions that I think that it's really smart for you to cover while you're talking to this brand new person that just now joined. You with me? First question is because what you got to understand is that just like a baby, when a baby is born, baby don't know nothing. Man, baby don't even know how to eat off the spoon and all of that, right? Baby head all rolling around. Baby don't know nothing. A lot of training needed. That don't mean the baby's a bad baby. That don't even mean the baby's a good baby. It just means the baby needs training. Now, luckily for us, entrepreneurship is a lot easier than raising a baby, right? But I just want you to think about it. Just like a baby, there's no reason that this brand new entrepreneur is going to have the skills they need. It's not like somebody's teaching this stuff in school. It's not like somebody taught this stuff in their home, right? So where are they supposed to have these skills? No, we're the ones that are supposed to make sure they have those skills. So that's why we're here right now, because we don't complain, we train. Somebody give me that in the comments. We don't complain, we train. Somebody give me that in the comments. We don't complain, we train. So here are a couple questions that you may want to cover when you're bringing on a new rep, when you're bringing on a new affiliate. You got me? Here's one that you may want to pull out first. Write this down. Well, yeah, Mr. New Rep, man, welcome. I'm so proud you're here. I'm so happy you're here. Check it out. But like all businesses, there are going to be some challenges, right? What do you plan to do when you hit your first challenge or you hit your first problem? Wow. What a question to ask them. Like all businesses, we know there are going to be some challenges. Let me just ask you, what do you plan to do when you hit your first problem or you start to experience challenges? Now, see, they're like, what am I going to do? But tell me this, is it better that we bring that up before the problem or challenge or after the problem or challenge? Isn't it smart of us to get them thinking about this before the problem shows up? Because if we wait till after they have a problem, you know what's going to happen? They're going to throw their hands up and quit. But if we catch them in the beginning when they got some positive momentum, they're going to say stuff like, oh, listen, man, I'm going to overcome it. I'm going to step over that problem, right? Et cetera, et cetera. Because now what we've done is we've insulated them. We've prepared them mentally. You got me? A lot of times relationships are about expectation management. So that's the first question I would ask. That's the first question I would cover. I would say, hey, we all know businesses have challenges. What are you going to do when the first problems come up or when the first challenges come up? And then we get them committed to it in advance. Everybody with me? Somebody say, in advance. I want to make sure you're catching this. In advance. Yeah, we're going to get them to commit in advance. In advance, before the problem shows up. We already got them thinking that one, there's going to be problems. You feel me, Michael Joe? You feel me, Jamal? There's definitely going to be problems coming up. So what we want to do is get them thinking about it right now while they are in the throes of just having signed up. And that's why it's good you're here, because your affiliate might not know this when they're bringing on somebody new. This is why they need to introduce their new person to you so you can cover this stuff, because you're millionaire minded. You've been trained properly. You don't complain, you train. Here's the second question I would cover. I'm going to give you 3 of them. There's a bunch more, but I'm going to give you 3 of them, right? The second one I would cover is, who's your best friend? Who's your best friend? Who's your best friend? Who's your best friend? Why would I ask them this? Because check it out. The best friend, they've got instant rapport with them. The best friend, they got the same thoughts as them. They think about the same things as them. They got the same values as them. If they're open-minded, they probably don't hang out with a bunch of closed-minded friends. Huh? They've got 100% rapport with their best friend. The rapport is there. And we know rapport is 80% of the sale. You got me? And here's the other thing. We don't need your best friend resenting you later, because here you is climbing to 10,000 a month or 50,000 a month or 100,000 a month or 500 a month, right? Let's not act like 500 extra dollars a month don't change our life, you know? So here they are making, and then you didn't even tell them about it. Oh, that could cause resentment. So we at least wanted you to know we were doing this. Sometimes I tell them to say that. Listen, I felt weird about approaching you, but I'd have felt worse if I'd have been doing this for months and I didn't even let you know, man. So I just wanted, you see? So now we got them talking to their first, you got me? We got them talking to their first friend, their best friend. We got them talking to their best first, 9 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, because we don't know if they got perfect timing right now. We don't know if everything's going on in their life, et cetera, and so forth. But at least we threw it out there. And now we got us a new teammate almost immediately. Here's the third one I would cover when I'm onboarding a new person. I would make sure, I would say something like this. Do you understand that all we're doing is giving them the gift of another option for their lives? Do you understand that? We don't know what problems they have. We don't know which problems they consider big enough to solve. All we can offer them is an option for their lives, right? Our prospects are then going to make a decision based on what's happening in their lives. It's going to be based on what's happening in their lives, not based on a value, not based on a value we're giving them. This is important. This is an important little script to kind of deliver to your new people, because here's the way you end it all off. Are you going to be okay if they don't see the same value we do? You see that? You see that? Are you going to be okay if they don't necessarily see the same value me and you see? What are we doing? Again, we're immunizing them. Ain't that right, Kiki? We immunizing them against the negativity. We've immunized them. And plus, we know if they're thinking like a salesman, they're going to lose, right? We know they're going to lose. All right. So, and I feel like this has to do with Cindy's question earlier. Check it out. What do we say? What do we do when a cold prospect is just like, yo, I just want a job. I just want a job. What do we do when that cold prospect is chopping it up with us and we try to mention our thing to him? Cindy was like, what's my approach when, I'm pitching them a new business, et cetera, so forth. Check it out. Here are 3 things you can do. Rapport, rapport, rapport. You got me? Rapport, rapport, rapport. So, we start with agreement. We start with agreement, right? So they're like, they need a job. Yeah, you definitely need a job. Boom. They get to relax. They're like, oh, this person understands me, right? And then we hit them with another fact. We say, having no money is a problem. And then we continue. We say, and the problem is that between interviews and background checks and medical, getting a job takes longer than we'd like it to take a lot of times. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? So we're delivering this, right? Now all of a sudden a part-time business starts to make sense, right? This person could be building or learning about the business while they're waiting on that call back from the job, while they're waiting on that call back from the interview. You got what I'm saying? Everybody with me? So what we did was we build rapport. We build rapport, and then we slide all this other stuff in. So that's my answer to you. That's my answer to you. All right. Somebody else is like, hey, I want a better reputation. I want a better reputation. How do I create a better reputation? All right. This one's easy. I just now did this masterclass on how to build influence. This weekend's Kaizen Academy is going to talk to you about some specific things that you could be doing and should be doing with your brand. If you read it in my avatar, if you just look at my profile picture on Facebook, or on Instagram, if you go to Mr. Haziq Ali, there'll be something up in there too. But check it out, y'all. Do people like givers or takers more? Let me see it in the comments. Do people like givers or takers more? What do people prefer? Do they prefer givers or do they prefer takers? Right? Simple question. Simple question. What do y'all think? Do you personally, do you like givers or do you like takers? Of course we all like givers, Michael Joe. Of course. Yeah, Vanessa. Of course, Pastor Dandridge. We all want givers, right? Why don't we like takers? Why don't we like takers? Who are takers? Here's a definition to write in your comments. Takers are the people who contact us only when they need something from us. That's right, Tish. They contact us only when they need something from us. Those are the takers, right? So, what are some ways takers operate? Cold text prospecting. Are they checking on us or do they just want us to buy something? Calling leads, these cold leads. You're just calling them up. You don't know them from Adam. You're coming off like a taker, my guy. Refusing to listen for problems. Right? You're coming off like a taker. You just want to present your opportunity. Right? You just want to pitch them your right. You're coming off like a taker. That's not the vibe. So what are some things we can do to be known as a giver instead? What are some things we can do to be known as a giver? If you want to increase your reputation, if you want to be seen as a higher level, if you want to be seen as a leader servant and not one more leech, what are some things that you can do that'll make you come off more like a giver? Somebody write this down. You can forward helpful articles. You know their problem. You can forward helpful articles. That's right, Tish. The LinkedIn family checking in. Yeah, Tish. Takers drain us. So here's how we're a giver. We can forward them useful. LinkedIn is full of all kinds of cool articles now that we've heard their problem. Write this in your comments, y'all. If I present my solution before you've told me your problem, I'm a taker. But if I present my solution after you've told me your problem, I'm a giver. If I present my solution before you've told me your problem, I'm a salesperson. But if I present my solution after you've told me your problem, I'm a leader servant. I'm a servant leader. You get what I'm saying to you? If I give you my solution before you give me your problem, I'm a beggar. But if I give you my solution after you told me your problem, I'm a friend. Check it out, y'all. We could forward helpful articles because we know their problems, right? That's exactly right. We can forward helpful articles. That's right. We can forward helpful articles. Let's go. Let's go. We can give them discounts on services. We can put them on the things that assist them with serving their problem. And discounts is a tricky one, Morose. I don't mind that. And I threw it on the screen so that I show love to the people that are engaging, right? But here's what I want you to understand. Sometimes leading with price ain't the play. Sometimes we want to raise our value, not lower our price. Sometimes giving a discount just seems like, I'll just shut up here, versus what we need to do is dig in with what they're experiencing. Maybe money ain't even their problem. Maybe their problem is skepticism. Maybe their problem is they don't really trust us to be there for them when all heck breaks loose with this latest horrible decision they make. Because all through their life, they remember making horrible decisions. It's to the point they're so closed off. They're like, everybody's trying to get me. Oh, no. So what they need is that rapport with you so that when this thing goes bad, because it won't be your fault, it won't be their fault, it'll be the fault of some company or some unforeseen circumstance, but they need to know somebody else got their back. That's why that rapport is so important. That's why we keep on saying nobody cares how much you know till they know how much you care, because they know all heck is going to break loose eventually, and they want to know somebody has their back. So if I'm forwarding them helpful articles, right, they start to, what if I forward them specific humor? Maybe some kind of joke that I know they'll get. Like maybe it's some soccer mom going crazy and they happen to be a soccer mom. So I send them, they're like, now all of a sudden they don't mind when they hear from me. They kind of look forward to hearing from me. Or when I pop up on their text, they're like, oh, let me see what he's talking about. Let me see what she's talking about, right? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? What if I recommend resources? That could be the third one, recommending resources. Now all of a sudden I'm a giver. The fourth one is I could freely share expertise. I could freely share tips that help them move forward, that help my niche to create more impact or create more income. Am I making sense, y'all? This is why these morning calls are so powerful. You know, I ain't just telling you to reach out to people and share it because I need it. You know, God is good. That's not really the perspective we're coming from here. You know, we already millionaires, baby. You know, we are now, right? But here's the whole thing. What you're doing is planting seeds. And every time you sow seed, you're scheduling a harvest. Every time you sow seed, you're scheduling a harvest. Check it out. Check it out. What else can we do to be a giver? We can give them insights. We can invite them to an event that we think they would enjoy. Not a sales presentation, y'all. I'm talking about an event. See, this is what I want. Y'all ever read Think and Grow Rich? Everybody know the wooden stove story? Where it's like the guy is cold and he says, hey, if you give me some heat, then I'll put some wood in there. And of course, the stove is like, yo, nah, man. You know, you got to put wood in here first. Huh? Well, check it out. Check it out. I don't know if anybody even knows about wood burning stoves anymore. Think and Grow Rich was written a long time ago. So maybe you think of it as a garden. Think of it as a garden. Maybe you share with them a garden story and you explain to them, hey, when you plant a seed, it takes a while, maybe 6 months for those seeds to start growing. So we better plant as many seeds as we can today. We better plant as many seeds as we can this week. Huh? Or what if we describe it as a bank account interest? Like you put some money in a bank and then it takes time for that money to grow, especially, you know, these days. It's like your money is almost going backwards because the interest rate is lower than the inflation rate. So savers are really losers, but that's a story for another day. My point is you're helping them conceptualize that the day they plant the seed ain't the same day that they're going to harvest the fruit, or the day they put money in the account ain't the same day that they're going to get interest on that money. What about a doctor degree? You know, how do you become a high paying doctor? Well, you got to invest time and money in that thing first. Am I making sense? What about relationships? Wow. If I get into a relationship and all I do is take, that relationship ain't going to last too long, right? So these are all little examples that you can use to explain to people that they have to kind of like sow seed first. You know, somebody else wrote in and it's like, hey, well, what's a shortcut I can use? If there's any shortcut I got, man, what I would say is, one, listen for a problem. Oh, I don't want to do that, Hazik. That takes too much time. You're not going to do well. You're not going to do well. The second thing would be find out if they want to fix their problem. Find out if they want to fix their problem, right? I don't want to do all of that. That takes too much work, Hazik. You're not going to do well, right? And then the third thing is ask them if they'd like an option to fix it. So we ask them, we listen for a problem. We made sure they want to fix it. And then we say, hey, well, would you like an option for fixing that particular problem? I don't want to do all of that. You're going to burn out. You're going to burn out. All I'm saying to you is that, you know, if you'd rather them shut up and listen to you while you pitch your product, you're going to lose, right? Do you see why artificial intelligence is never going to put us out of business, right? The company can send more spam than you. The company can send more cold text messages than you, but the company don't do that because it don't work. Am I making sense? All right, y'all. Tonight's newsletter is going to be really good. This weekend's Kaizen Academy is going to be insane. It's going to be all about building a brand so it builds your business. The four objections that I hear the most, y'all, is always like, they don't feel like they can do it. They're skeptical about what we offer. They're scared of what other people might think. And then a lot of times they don't want to invest the time, right? The second biggest of those is time. The second biggest is time. So the whole way that you build rapport really, really quickly is this hack that I'm going to give you. And then we're going to go do our affirmations. I'm going to give you this small hack because a lot of people deal with this time objection, but they don't recognize that rapport is even a key to handling that. So when they talk about time, you're like, yeah, you're already using your full 24 hours a day. They're like, oh, somebody gets me. Somebody can read my mind, right? You're like, every second is booked. They relax even more. That's 2 facts in a row you done gave them, right? You're never going to get any more time, So let me ask you, what are you willing to give up so you can have the dream of a successful part-time business? Now I've just subtly implanted in them the fact that they're going to have to give something up if they want to come up, right? All right. But the number one objection out them 4 I gave you, and you can rewind it and write down all 4, but the number one is always skepticism. We talked about that a little bit earlier. You need rapport. So that's why we give them the facts first, right? So if I'm talking about credit, I'm like, yeah, man, bad credit sucks. Bad credit sucks. Now we got to pay too much. If we're talking about a job they hate, yeah, man, jobs use up so much of our time, right? That if we drop dead today, they'll have the help wanted ad before our body's even in the ground, right? We're connecting with them. Another way you can build rapport, other than just giving them facts, is you can smile. You can smile. You ever notice politicians smile all the time? It's because they feel like if they smile, then we're going to trust them. And they're right. We got a human program. Our brains have a program. I'm talking about a baby. A baby 6 weeks old. You want that baby to trust you? You smile at the baby. Ain't it crazy that still works when we're 60? Ain't that crazy? It's how the world works. So make sure you smile better. Also, you have magic words. When you say things, we got whole classes on magic words in the Kaizen Academy. Magic words like most people or how, those are magic words. That's a whole other training. But here's a hack. Somebody write this in the comments. Point out a flaw in what you offer. Point out a flaw in what you offer. This is a hack for building rapport. This is a hack for building instant power between you and that person, because nobody does this. Nobody does this. Point out a flaw in your offer. Point out a flaw in your offer. Somebody type that in the comments. This is important. Point out a flaw in what you offer. Point out a flaw in what you offer. This is huge. Point out a flaw in what you offer. Now, all of a sudden, you got credibility. Now, all of a sudden, they feel like you ain't giving them a bunch of hype. Now you come off trustworthy, right? Now they can believe you going forward because you pointed out a flaw. Am I making sense? So, when I start, maybe I say something like, yeah, it's going to take a whole lot of time. Or I might not go that hard. I might say like, yeah, it's going to take a couple hours every week. Yeah. But when you get this right, you'll never have to show up for work again. Because they only listening to the second half of the sentence anyway. But if I start out with a flaw, they relax like, oh, I can listen to this person. They're looking out for me. They're being honest, right? They only focus on the second half of the sentence. So point out a flaw in what you offer. And by the way, don't say the benefit first and the flaw second, because they only pay attention to the second half of the sentence, right? So if it's that time objection, yeah, you're going to have to spend some time. But or let's say they have bad credit. Yeah, fixing bad credit is going to take some time. But once you've gone through the process, you now have financial literacy you can share with even your family and friends so that they can avoid the same pitfalls. All right, I hope that makes sense. Everybody got me? Point out a flaw in something that you offer, and it's a game changer for you. I hope this was helpful today, y'all. It's affirmation time. We got to get to it. We went over a little bit, but I hope it was helpful for you. We went over just a little bit, but I hope it was helpful. Scale of 1 to 10. How helpful was this? If you give it a 10, then that means you're definitely going to use something that you learned today. If you give it a 10, that means you're definitely going to use something that you learned today. Scale of 1 to 10. How powerful was this? You catch something out of this? You catch something you're going to use? You catch something you're going to use? Okay, Samaya gave that thing a 20. Samaya, you're going to love this weekend's Kaizen Academy, Queen. Yeah, Andrea said it was helpful. Good, good, good. Okay, Alicia, let's go. Let's go, Dana. What's up, Dana? Long time. Mr. Terry's in the house. My man Michael Joe is up in here. Let's go. Let's go, Tish. Let's go. Let's go. Like Animal from the Muppets. That was my Animal from the Muppets. Okay, dope. I'm glad to see. So if anybody gave it a 10, you're the exact people that will benefit from the Kaizen Academy this weekend. You're gonna, okay. I love it, Pastor Dandridge. Good. So if you want to reach out about the Kaizen Academy, just send me an inbox and we will get you up in that thing. As always, I give you a complete money back guarantee. If you don't get your $40 worth or your $100 worth, from if you spend the 100, that means you just join the whole academy. So you get access to dozens and dozens of classes that we've done with the homework, et cetera, so forth. Homework never expires. So you can always write me about whatever homework assignment and we are going to answer you in real time. But this weekend's Kaizen Academy is all about building your brand. We're going to have a ball. That's Saturday night at 7 p.m. But of course, you'll get the replay. Love y'all. It's affirmation time. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go. Come on, say it like you mean it. Emotion is just energy in motion. These are the same exact affirmations I was saying way before I became a millionaire, right? I was sleeping in my car like I am now a millionaire, because that scripture about faith is not faith is a substance of no, it says now faith. Now faith. Not I'm gonna be a millionaire next week. Not I'm gonna be a millionaire next year. Now, right? You own it because you bought and paid for it already. I don't mean Amazon delivered it. But you own it, That's how you got to own this mindset. You are now. All right, repeat after me. Here we go. But you got to call in if you want to do the whole thing with us. That's what that number is there for. 667-776-9461. Or text call me to the same number if it tries to charge you, and it'll just ring you back. All right, here we go. Repeat after me, millionaires. Let's go. I am so happy and grateful that money comes to me easily and